but I feel my share of losing. And now, as tears subside, I find it all so amusing. Well, to think I need all that, and may I say, not in a shy way, well, no, not me. I did it my way. For what is mine, what has he got? If not himself, then he has not to say the things he truly feels, and not the words of one who kneels. The record shows I took the blows. I did it my very good morning. My name is Samson Kasumba, and I'm a very famous classical music artist who part-times as a news anchor. Actually, not just a news anchor, but a very different type and breed of news anchor. One of the most famous ones on this continent, in the opinion of my mother. And that opinion is a very important opinion as far as I'm concerned. And on that opinion, she does not want to hear any other opinion. That's something about mothers and their sons. It is a very, very good morning, and thank you so much for joining us here. If you haven't already, I would encourage you to say good morning to your neighbor. If for no other reason, they might be hiding your next opportunity. So take this privilege and opportunity to turn to your neighbor and say, neighbor, you might be my next opportunity, you just don't know it. Just do that, not for me, but for yourself. Now, if your neighbor is not your next opportunity, then you did not sit strategically. And that means that the next time you go to any event, because life is about networking and strategic positioning, when you go to an event of this nature, find out who is who, and determine and design your seating in terms of placing yourself and your skills within the line of opportunity. Do not just sit as if networking does not matter. So if you are in the district, you are already a cow, don't sit with cows. You're already a cow. At least sit with goats. Sorry, no, cows are government officials. So cows should be sitting with undersecretaries and you know, so networking matters. The sad thing about our education system, they never tell us how important strategic networking is. And it is sort of presented as if it is a sin and a bad thing. Everywhere I have been, and by accident I've been in a few places. By accident I ended up in the UK. Then another accident had me in Scotland and Wales. I don't know how I ended up in Romania. Scattered somewhere in the US about 2 times. But what I've noticed in all these places is that networking matters. People don't just go to Harvard, they go there because it's a network of certain individuals. People just don't go to Rotary, they go there because it's a network of individuals. So tell your children and their children, and tell everybody who wants to know that networking matters. Even when you go to a church, don't just sit anywhere. Find out the people who go there and sit with them. And you know how churches can happen. If they don't allow you to sit in that place, become the usher of the place where you want to strategically happen. And that's how things go. When I was still in the business of struggling with poverty, which I overcame 6 months ago, I overcame the struggle against poverty exactly 6 months ago. I am now in the middle income status of my own life. So when I was still in the business of overcoming poverty in my 20s, I noticed that there was a fellowship of individuals that hung around a sports facility called Kampala Club. I couldn't afford the membership in that place, but I had the energy. So I found out the individuals who go there and encouraged them that they could use my energy when they were there. So when they needed a game of squash, I was available. So they paid the entrance fees for me, and I supplied the energy. And we built a network. And that network became very, very useful in my life. So I warn to you, if you come to these kinds of places and you do not take them as serious as they are, let me tell you, by the grace of God, networking happens. In fact, by the way, I am a trained biblical theologian. I have absolutely no training and no apology in journalism. Even in the Bible, networking happens. Salvation is God networking with us. God came from heaven to network here, and that's how we got saved. Judas and Peter were networking with our Lord, and things happened for them. So networking definitely happens. And on a very serious note, allow me to welcome you to this very brief ceremony from the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industries and Fisheries. And the minister, my very good friend and brother, the Honorable Frank Tumwebaze, is here. He has been trending for all the right reasons. Minister, in Uganda, you just don't manage weight like that. People, you are doing the right things and you have to apologize. I feel for you. The Honorable Frank, thank you so much. He's been around for a minute, and we thank God for his work. I've also seen the project team and their head, and I will make note of them a little later. And we will be very brief. We will be on live television, and therefore, wherever you are seated, be at your very best. You don't want to be trending. You know, on social media, people look at you when you are seated and comfortable and doing nothing, and they do nothing. They wait for you when you are yawning and all your teeth are all over the place, then they record a video. That's the one they post. So do not forget that there are people here looking for footage and they will give you very free publicity. It's good to see cows, RDCs, people from my old neighborhood at Namlonge. I happen to have been a very proud resident of house number 2 in Namlonge for a bit, and that's one of my loveliest moments of my life, the time I lived in house number 2 and contributed to the changing of the shape of that neighborhood. I've also seen people here from Nagrik, also from Namlonge, and also the meteorologists. That word is a word that can make you miss a job. If there are people, if they told them to pronounce meteorology as the basis of their promotion, you would know that they will not get promoted. Thank God promotions are not based on pronouncing of English words. So I have also seen quite a number of individuals from the private sector. Thank you so much for being here. As soon as the High Excellency, the Vice President is here, we will be in motion. The places of convenience are here, and they are in that direction in a little bit of a walk. And the reason why they are placed that way is because for some of us, that's the only exercise that will happen to you since January 1, 2026. So appreciate that this facility is contributing to your health living. So you will walk in that direction until you find the brand new places of convenience under the auspices of the engineering brigade of the lovely Uganda People's Defense Forces. So thank you so much for being here. I'd like to explain why we are here. Is there anybody invited here that does not know why we are here, so that I can explain? Just put up your hand if you scattered here and you don't know why you are here, but you have already signed the attendance list, as if that's the reason why we're here. Important as that might be. So thankfully, most people know why we're here, so we won't go too much through that. I am experiencing a vitamin I don't know, but I thank God for it, that the sun is here contributing to my sunburn, and I'm not complaining about it. Thank you so much for joining us here. I will be your lovely host. The fact that I'm here, it means two things. One, this is a huge function, and two, it is very important. I have never wanted to show up anywhere unless I am sure it is an important function and that it is a huge one, and that the people who have invited me pay very well. So if you find me at a place, those three things have happened. One, I'm going to be paid very well. Two, the function is important. And three, it is huge. What you see in motion is what they call the reception party. And once that reception party starts forming, you know we are in the very thick of things. So in a minute, Her Excellency the Vice President will be here. So pull out your phones, find the national anthem and the East African anthem, and revise them. You don't want the camera to swing on you when you are mumbling away the words of the national anthem and you are 46. So let Google be your aid. Read through the lyrics of the anthem and know them, so that when we come to sing them, you know them. It will not look good on you and on your children and on your job when you can't sing the national anthem that we learnt all those donkey years in kindergarten, and yet you want us to believe you are a patriot. Thank you so much for listening to us. It is a very good morning, and I mean that not as a greeting, but as a wish. The other important thing about agriculture, I don't know if you know that all jobs on the surface of the earth became jobs after sin. All jobs on the surface of the earth became relevant and started after the fall of man, with the exception of agriculture. That's one special thing about agriculture. Before man fell into sin, agriculture was with us here. Adam and Eve did agriculture before the fall. So that makes agriculture a very unique profession, that it predates the fall of man. When man was relegated to suffering, before even that happened, agriculture was here. Her Excellency, the First Lady, is here. She and I were born the same year. The only difference is that I didn't use my time very fruitfully. So I will be the MC, she will be the chief guest. Use your time very, very carefully and productively. Your Excellency, my age mate, it's good to see you. Well, you can give a hand clap and make Her Excellency feel very welcome. All right, let's give the High Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, a very warm welcome. That sounded like one for the MC. I meant for the Vice President. Like that. Your Excellency, you're very welcome here. We are going to go through the motions of prayer, beginning with the national anthem, which is a prayer, then the East African anthem, a prayer, and then we will put our minds to God. Mr. DJ, walk us through the anthem. The Uganda one, the full one of it, because we are looking to a swearing in, so we sing the whole of Uganda, and then one of East Africa, and then we'll pray.
In thy hands, the night set free for liberty, together will always stand. O Uganda, the land of freedom, all love and labor will give on when neighbors all at this country's call, in peace and friendship will live. O Uganda, the land that feeds us, my son and father, soils grown. Far around the land, we shall always stand, the pall of Africa's crown. Mungu tomba uilinde Jumuiya Afrika Mashariki, tuwezeshe kuishi kwa amani, tutimize na malengo yetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuwajibike, tuimarike. Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu.
Dear God, we from this country for God and my country Uganda, we who know from the very beginning that we have a beautiful land that feeds us by its fertile soils as we grow. We have come here because we want to manipulate those soils to the extent that they do not only feed us, but they feed the region, the continent, and the world. This is why we have come here, to manipulate nature so that we do everything in a smart way as Ugandans with our partners from all over the world. It makes then a lot of sense to pray a blessing of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost on Her Excellency the Vice President. God, we are praying her name to land in the ears of the appointing authority because of the season we are in, your Lord. We also pray for the minister in that direction. May he see favor as the least meets the pen. We also pray for the project staff and the cows and the RDCs and the members of staff and all those who believed in the prayer said, Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats in the orders of your salaries. Your Excellency, I'm the only one standing, and the soldiers, and you know how we are paid. Give a very special hand clap to the team that manages security of the Vice President and this nation, lest we forget the sacrifices they make for our peace and for both ourselves and our property. Your Excellency, the next time I sing the anthem like this, we will be here, but it will be a swearing in. So I was trying to audition to see if on the 12th of May, which also happens to be my birthday, I am allowed to sing the song. I don't know how you will use this message, but may God guide. Strategic positioning. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here for a very important function. We want Uganda to have a climate smart agriculture transformation project. And Your Excellency, I'd like to make mention of the fact that the project team led by the amiable engineer Boniface Okanya is here, and his team. Engineer Okanya, please stand up so that you are seen. That is the gentleman there. He has no time for ties, just work. The project staff, please stand up and wave as well. There they are. Ministry of Agriculture staff, Naro, Nagrik, please stand up and wave so we know you're here. Where are they? Excellent, excellent. And then we also have the meteorologist. That word has gone with so many people's tongues. Where are the meteorologists from that lovely place? They are also here. Then the district, from the district we have the RDCs. We also have, where are the RDCs? Please stand up in the, yes, those are very important people. Those are the RDCs. Where are, and I've got to get this one right, where are the cows? Can we see the cows? Fantastic. Those are the cows. And then the district project teams as well, please stand up for recognition. The district project teams, thank you for coming. And then we also have representation from the private sector, that is CFAO. Those are experts in Japanese cars. Where is the team from CFAO? That is the Toyota people. Those are, I don't know why I don't have any one of your cars, and I'm very good at test driving cars. Then finally, the Honorable Consul from Indonesia and Simba, they are providing motorbikes. I do love motorbikes, but I like huge engines. Oh yes, I don't know the size of this engine. I do engines above 1,000. So maybe I will test one of those at the opportune time. Time is fast spent, and Your Excellency, we will run this very quickly. So I'd like to welcome, God came here incarnate. So the PS is here through an individual. So ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome the PS incarnate to make the remarks on behalf of the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industries and Fisheries. She said she will not speak unless she has a proper hand clap. It's not the ground shaking, she has a little bit of a swag.
Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, Honorable Ministers, the World Bank Country Representative and the development partners present, district leaders and technical teams, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to all of you, and thank you for coming. I take this opportunity today to welcome you to this important occasion as we hand over motor vehicles and motorcycles to 69 districts that are implementing the Uganda Climate Smart Agriculture Transformation Project. Your Excellency and distinguished guests, this project is being implemented in 69 districts with the main objective of increasing productivity, market access, and resilience of the value chains. The vehicles and motorcycles are being handed over today, and they are meant to strengthen extension services. They are meant to undertake supervision and implementation at districts and sub-county and parish levels. This comes within a broader national investment of US dollars 354 million, which is meant to target 3.9 million direct beneficiaries across the 69 districts, including refugee hosting communities. Ladies and gentlemen, the project is a system transforming intervention which is meant to address the real constraints in our agriculture sector. These constraints are cross-cutting, and they include low productivity. They include weak extension services and farmer outreach, climate shocks and unreliable rainfall, poor market linkages, and post-harvest losses. To address this, Your Excellency, the project is investing across the entire value chain in terms of climate smart research, seeds, and breeds. It's also investing in the e-voucher system where government farmers co-fund inputs by 20%. It's also addressing mechanization centers, irrigation, and water for production. It also addresses the livestock, fisheries, and aquaculture development, market access, aggregation, and agribusiness. It also handles institutional strengthening, including mobility assets, which we are handing over today. Your Excellency and distinguished guests, these investments are critical to Uganda's economy, where agriculture employs over 70% of our population. This project contributes directly to food and nutrition security, household incomes and poverty reduction, youth employment and agribusiness growth, and climate resilience. To our World Bank partners, we sincerely want to say thank you. We appreciate your continued support and strong partnership in implementation of this transformative project. As we scale up the implementation, there is critical infrastructure investment that must now be fast-tracked, particularly in mechanization centers, in the area of irrigation systems and water for agricultural production. We also need to fast-track on storage, aggregation, and market infrastructure. These investments are essential to ensure that productivity gains translate into real incomes. And they also translate into reduced post-harvest losses and sustainable market access to our farmers. However, it's important to note that these critical infrastructure components were significantly under-budgeted during the initial project design and approval phase. As implementation progresses, the demand and strategic importance of these investments have become even more evident. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, this project must deliver results to farmers not on paper, but in reality, as set out during approval of the project. So that is our benchmark. To the district leadership, you are the engine of this project. If you fail it, then the project will fail. So we need, you're the closest people to the farmer and to central delivery and effective service delivery. So as you receive these vehicles and motorcycles today, we urge you to fast-track implementation of all project activities. Eliminate bottlenecks immediately whether administrative, technical, or coordination related. Keep your eyes and monitor this project effectively. Ensure timely rollout of the e-voucher system and use these vehicles and motorcycles strictly for the purpose we are giving you. We wouldn't want to see them parked in your compounds and you denying the technical officers to use them for the purpose for which we are giving them to you. Any delay at the district level is a delay to the farmer, and that's unacceptable. The farmer must receive the inputs in time and the extension support services consistently. So the leadership must really ensure the technical staff are really provided that support. What makes districts unique is that you are closer to the farmer and you're best placed to undertake local realities and link between the national policy and the real impact. That's why the project is anchored at your level, because transformation happens at the grassroots. As I conclude, I would like to really assure you that the success of this project will not be measured by the number of vehicles handed over to you today, but by the number of farmers whose livelihoods have been transformed, and we shall keep really carrying out a monitoring and evaluation to really see which district is performing better or which district is lagging behind. Let these assets drive results, productivity, resilience, and prosperity. I would really want to thank you so much for God and my country. You're welcome.
Thank you, Bunch. I think out there at the World Bank, because it's a huge, intricate organization, when they are looking for people to represent them, they also look at names. Does the name have intricacy in it? So I'm sure that must be one of the considerations that were taken when they were choosing a task team leader for this particular project. And listen to the name, Lady Amen Yagenlimk. I hope I got that name right. I can tell you, my lady, a lot of people here went for surgery trying to pronounce your name. Give her a very big hand clap as she comes to deliver her address.
Did I get it right? Thank you. Indeed, you did my name pronunciation much better than many people, so congratulations. Vice President of Republic of Uganda, retired Major Jessica Luba, Honorary Frank Tumbevaza, the Minister of Agriculture, Animal Industry or Fisheries, Deputy Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, Ms. Mariache Orikiza, senior government officials, district teams, distinguished guests, and ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. Good morning. It is a pleasure to be here today to witness handover of vehicles and motorcycles under the Uganda Climate Smart Agriculture Transformation Project. Agriculture remains the backbone of Uganda's economy. It is the largest source of livelihoods and the single most powerful level for inclusive growth. Yet, despite its critical importance, the sector continues to face severe structural bottlenecks that depress productivity, limit earnings, and slow job creation, particularly for growing numbers of young Ugandans entering the labor force. The Climate Smart Agriculture Transformation Project was designed to address these challenges. The project aims to increase productivity, expand market access, and strengthen the resilience of selected agriculture value chains across Uganda, including for refugees and host communities. It does so by supporting the adoption of the climate-smart agriculture technologies, promoting sustainable land management, strengthening agroclimatic monitoring system, improving post-harvest handling and market linkages, and building institutional capacity at both national and local levels. Today's handover aims to support the delivery on the ground. The vehicles and motorcycles being transferred to the districts and the MAIF will provide essential ground transport for field extension workers, artificial insemination workers, and the MAIF to enable them to reach farming communities, deliver training, support adoption of climate-smart practices, respond swiftly to disease outbreaks, and conduct routine monitoring. Given the remote nature of the communities in Uganda, it is a prerequisite for effective service delivery. It will directly bridge the gap between district coordination structures and beneficiaries at the community level. As it was already noted, we need to ensure that the vehicles are used for its purposes and deliver the results for the beneficiaries on the ground, and fast-track project activities. We are looking forward and eager to see how climate-smart activities contribute to Uganda's broader agro-industrialization agenda, creating jobs at the scale, expanding value addition, increasing exports, and driving rural transformation. The World Bank is also looking forward to deepening this partnership through the AgriConnect initiative, which delivers response to sectorial challenges and translates them into actionable interventions. The World Bank Group is proud to partner with the government of Uganda and all stakeholders in delivering the climate-smart agriculture projects and in contributing the promise of the agro-industrialization as a pathway for more and better jobs for Uganda. Thank you.
You should never be deceived. The size of World Bank loans is not the same size of World Bank speeches. There is a very huge difference. The next speaker is a gentleman I met in the late 1990s, and we built a fantastic relationship while he was on of agriculture, animal industries, and fisheries. He is a farmer who also promotes farming and agriculture tourism as well. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Frank Kajiji Tumwebaze is coming to speak. Give him a big hand clap. He will be the last speaker to speak under the sun. After him, he will introduce the only speaker who will speak in a shade.
Okay, thank you, Samson. Your Excellency, the Vice President, Dr. Jessica Lopo, my sister, Honorable Helena Doa, the Minister of State for Fisheries, our task team leader, standing in for the country rep and the World Bank team, Dr. Amine, the district resident, the resident district commissioners, RDCs, the chief administrative officers, the district production officers of the project areas, our project team for MAIF, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Your Excellency, I welcome you to this brief yet critical function as we hand over tools of operation to the frontline workers in implementation of the agricultural policies and knowledge transfer. So I want to congratulate the district production coordinators who are here to receive these tools, the vehicles for the district movement and the motorbikes for the sub-counties. Congratulations. Your Excellency, I extend our gratitude as a sector to you, not just for making time out of your busy schedule to join us here for this event, but for the support over the years, and particularly the support you give to this project. We take note of it in an exceptional way, and we thank you, Madam. When the government decided to engage the World Bank to finance the Uganda Climate Smart Agriculture Transformation Project, we had identified a number of bottlenecks that were stifling agricultural transformation. These included, among others, limitations in agriculture mechanization, water for agricultural production, disease control, infrastructure for research in seed and breeding stock, market access in form of road chokes, and extension services. Today we are here mainly because of the aspect of extension. Your Excellency and all distinguished guests, one of the most critical enablers of agricultural transformation is a functional extension system. This means having the right people deployed, equipped with the right tools to carry out their functions. The tools include kits, like surgical kits, mobility in form of motorbikes, and knowledge. Of course, the knowledge, they already have it. So we are only facilitating them to do their work. I also wish to thank HE, the President, for having strongly advocated for increasing the salaries of scientists. Though an extension officer still wants more money, from what I hear, especially the payee component, these people's salaries were doubled. I am told not to mention it, but it's okay. A university graduate, a vet graduate, or an agricultural scientist at a sub-county earns much higher than another DC, right? Yes. I think even than a cow, if I'm not sure. Maybe cows of recent have also been, yes. So that tells you the importance the President attaches and the NRM government were attached to supporting frontline extension staff. One issue that has been stifling extension over the years and for which we have been soliciting support is mobility for the extension staff, the vehicles and the motorcycles. HE, the President, and perhaps all of us during our outreach engagements have often received concerns from farmers over the inadequacy of extension services. Many farmers confess that they do not see the extension staff. This has meant inability of farmers to adopt the right agronomic practices or take the right steps to prevent or manage pests and diseases or outbreaks, handle the harvests in the best recommended manner. So I am glad that through this project, we are beginning to handle and tackle this problem. Your Excellency and colleagues, the implication of these vehicles and motorbikes is that extension workers will be able to reach out to our farmers and provide the much needed advisory services. The results of this will be reflected in production and productivity gains as farmers adopt the best agronomic practices and ultimately enhancement of the household incomes. So I appeal to the other DCs who are here. I know you had monitoring in the districts and you had something called security committee. Please make food also a function of your security work. Security does not mean armed robbery only, or people stealing goods and merchandise from the shops. When you have massive crop failure, it is insecurity. So that's intelligence number one. So in your district security meetings, please address the component of extension services. Are the extension workers reaching out? Are the FM vaccines we are sending to the districts being administered to the people? Is everything we are sending out reaching the farmers? That's security, there's nothing else. Yes, the UPDF has successfully eliminated the insurgencies. ADF is completely defeated, Konye is defeated. So the other rebellion we have is food insecurity, nutrition security, animal feed security. So make this part of your functions. And that's why when we invite the DPOs, when we invite the cows, we bring the RDCs. You are our people, we are the people we depend on. RDCs and cows, please whip the extension workers, especially those at the sub-county, to reach the farmers and provide the required services. There is also plenty of airtime on radios under your control, the RDCs. Do not let the airtime go to waste through politicking only, and most times irresponsible and unproductive politicking. Take people to the radio to teach people how to control basic diseases and for coffee. Let them talk about the FMD vaccines, the cost recovery policy that we have given you. So use that time. Don't use the airtime for the speaker to fight with the chairman, the councillor to abuse so and so, the town clerk to fight with the mayor. Just call the barimisa, the vets, to teach people, and the content is there. You both have the technical content, which you were taught in school and through the guidelines we have issued, but also you also have a lot of content from the leadership, HE the president. He's been writing in detail the 4-acre model, the large-scale commercial farming, the disease control, as all those are there. Kindly gather that content and let the people listen to it. I want to thank you, Your Excellency, once again for finding time to come and be with us. And it's now my pleasure to invite you, Madam, to address us. Thank you.
The Honorable Helena Doa, Minister of State for Fisheries, the representative from the World Bank, the representative of the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, district leaders present in your respective ranks like RDCs, RCCs, the cows and your technical teams, distinguished guests who are invited here today, ladies and gentlemen. A very good morning to all of you, including the master of ceremony who knows how to sing so well. I bring you warm greetings from His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, President of the Republic of Uganda. And I am pleased to join you today for this very important occasion as we hand over the vehicles and motorcycles to our districts under the Uganda Climate Smart Agricultural Transformation Project. And I congratulate the Minister over this very important achievement. We came from very far with this project, and we discussed it a number of times. We consulted His Excellency the President a number of times until such a time when the whole cabinet was in consensus that we should proceed the way the minister is proceeding now. So I congratulate him very sincerely for the milestone. As you are all aware, wealth and jobs are in commercial agriculture, industry or manufacturing, services, and ICT. Therefore, these 109 vehicles and 1,034 motorcycles with their accessories are key tools in strengthening our capacity to deliver services to farmers, improving project implementation efficiency, and accelerating Uganda's journey towards climate-smart agriculture transformation. I appreciate again, the Honorable Minister of Agriculture, Honorable Frank Mwebaze, and all his team in the ministry for the continued commitment to transforming the agricultural sector. This is not the first ceremony we are conducting with him. We have conducted many ceremonies in villages, in farms, etc. The agriculture sector has made remarkable strides in terms of employment contribution, exports, and more income generation for majority of the population. Uganda is now the #1 coffee exporter in Africa, earning US dollars 2.4 billion for the last 12 months. These earnings also reflect growth in household incomes among the coffee producing households. And I would like to thank the minister, the team from OWC, the team from NADS for the distribution of coffee seedlings to farmers over the years. To the World Bank, your financial and technical support to our partners from the World Bank. To our district leaders and technical teams, I commend you for the progress made so far in implementing this project. The strides in the beneficiary mobilization, capacity building, and the rollout of key interventions, such as the e-voucher system, demonstrate your dedication in ensuring that the project achieves its intended objectives. And I call upon you to expeditiously accelerate the other components of the project as well. Ladies and gentlemen, today's handover represents the fulfillment of government's commitment to equip frontline extension workers and technical teams to effectively serve our farmers. For a long time, limited mobility has constrained last-mile service delivery. These vehicles and motorcycles will now enable you, our extension staff, to reach farmers more efficiently, provide technical support in a timely manner, strengthen monitoring, and enhance accountability in the use of public resources. However, as we hand over these assets, I wish to emphasize the importance of proper management, maintenance, and accountability. I urge all the district leaders and users of the vehicles and motorcycles we are about to hand over to use these assets strictly for official government and project activities, ensure proper maintenance and safeguarding, and uphold transparency and accountability in their utilization. These are public resources entrusted to you to serve our farmers. Let us not look for more excuses not to serve the farmers. As government, we remain committed to strengthening the implementation of the Uganda Climate Smart Agriculture Transformation Project to ensure it delivers tangible benefits to our people. I therefore call upon all implementing agencies, districts, and stakeholders to intensify efforts, improve coordination, and accelerate execution of planned activities so that we achieve the project development objectives within the set timelines. I also call on the World Bank to continue supporting effective implementation of UCAS TP, providing technical guidance and fast-tracking the AgriConnect initiative, which presents a great opportunity to unlock further investments in key areas of agriculture sector like mechanization, irrigation, value addition, and market access. The success of this project depends on our collective commitment as government, development partners, and district level implementers. Let us use this opportunity to deliver results, transform livelihoods, and build a resilient agricultural sector for Uganda. Once again, I thank the team from the Ministry of Agriculture, led by the Minister, and all the district teams for the resilience and the interest in implementing this program. It is now my honor to officially hand over these vehicles and motorcycles to the districts for effective service delivery for God and my country.
Differently. The function is done.
Mungu twaomba uilinde Jumuiya Afrika Mashariki, tuwezeshe kuishi kwa amani, tutimize na malengo yetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuwajibike, tuimarike, umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu. O Uganda, may God uphold thee, we lay our future in thy hands. United, free for liberty, together we'll always stand.
Your Excellency, and those of you in the pavilion, together with the MC, will now go to the handover. I will represent those of you on that side. Drivers, get into your vehicles, and the riders also get onto your two-wheelers. I like that the riders have their helmets, safety first. The drivers also have their seat belts on. Absolutely. Those on the top side will drive north. Those on the bottom side will drive south. The riders will ride south, and the three will ride north. Ministry team and some representatives, please. The ministry team and some representatives. All righty. Make space for some pictures. Thank you. Her Excellency all right, Her Excellency has the flag. She is going to begin by flagging off the cyclists. Camera people, make sure you are not in the way of the motorbikes, because they've got to be seen riding off. In the name of Climate Smart Agriculture Transformation Project, the cyclists have been flagged off. Do those cycles get them started, and let's see them leaving. Excellent, excellent. The cyclists have been flagged off. Fantastic. Akabikari mukugwa. Her Excellency will now flag off the motor vehicles. There is breakfast as well. She is now flagging off the cars that will also leave. Give Her Excellency a big hand clap. There is breakfast and coffee. There is also a group photograph. There is a group photograph as well. So we want accountability, so there is a group photograph as well. Those who are supposed to be in the group photograph, please come. The group photograph is happening here. Her Excellency knows something about pictures and backlight. Those of you supposed to be in the photograph, ministry staff, project staff, please come and let's have the picture taken. Okay. The picture will be taken near a vehicle. I think one also near the motorbikes will be a very nice picture to take. It will be difficult to convince the media that over motorcycles when the picture only has human beings. So the motorcycles must be seen in the picture. Her Excellency is a fish farmer. Not just a fish farmer, but a fish farmer in proper millions. Let us join for coffee. In Africa, the meal is also an important part of a function. VIPs, we are going to have our coffee in the other direction. And then the VVIPs will be here.